Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. This is a game between Auburnfire and FERDROM on Dusk Towers. In the top side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is FERDROM, representing Zerg. And in the bottom side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Auburnfire, representing nobody, but does have the StarCraft's logo. Little Zergy logos there. Pretty awesome stuff to see for sure. So this is Into the Void. If you haven't seen one of these before, it is my weekly spotlight on Bronze and Silver League level gameplay. If you have a replay you'd like to submit for Into the Void, send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. I'll get it to my screeners, they will decide which ones are the best and vote on them, and then tell me what they are, and then I will cast those games, and people will be happy. Alright, so here we are with a TVZ on Dusk Towers, and whoa, FERDROM is having some trouble here, floating about 500 minerals, thinking about, I feel like your first time on the map, FERDROM, I think he was trying to wall this off, and then he saw how big it was and said, no, nope, not going to happen. Going double supply depot before barracks. Yes, this is awesome. This is the greatest. Meanwhile, Auburnfire not going hatch first, but it's a more standard one-base play here. Definitely has a spawning pool, has an extractor, and is saving up that gas. He can get speed. He can get a queen if he wants a queen. He's getting a queen. Auburnfire knows what he's doing, man. And holy cow, FERDROM follows up those two supply depots with a command center. So this is a full wall, though. So this is going to be difficult for any lings to break. Any lings in production, 6 of them. There are 6 of them on the way, and I don't know if Auburnfire is scouting this or what, but did I lose my music? Come back, music. Oh, I forgot continuous music. That's what it was. And we're back with our music. So the lings are going to head on out. This is a 2-player map, so you know exactly where your opponent is, or you could just sit your lings on the ramp. No, okay, just waiting for the rest of their friends before they start heading on out here. An SCV running up. I think they will bypass each other. SCV going to take this left side, and the Zergling is going to take the right side of this little structure. And yeah, exactly. They pass each other in the night. Do not see each other whatsoever. Barracks just about to finish. And we will see exactly if these lings can get any damage done. Normally, I would say no. Normally, you get like a Marine out and a couple SCVs to repair, and the Terran player is fine in this situation. But this is Into the Void, and no Marines are being made. So the lings immediately go into town on the barracks. 3 on the supply depot, 2 on another supply depot, a full pull of all the SCVs. Oh no, all the SCVs come to repair, and I mean, it's probably an overreaction, but hey, it keeps you alive, and at this level, if you just stay alive long enough, you're going to be A-okay. So immediately there is a Marine in production. SCVs here to repair as necessary, and doing a fairly good job of it to this point. The Marine now going to try to kill 6 lings all by his lonesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So 3 on this supply depot, and the lings do have speed, but that doesn't help them in this situation. Speed's not very useful at all. And they decide to back on down. They don't want to die. They don't want to give this Marine 100 million kills. Meanwhile, there's an expansion on the way for Auburnfire, so it is expanding while attacking. That's a fantastic strategy. I'm a huge fan of it, for sure. And yeah, just continuing to make Marines back here, which I cannot argue with. Marines are good in the early game. Widowmine, too. Oh, I like the Widowmine decision out of FERDROM. So weird stuff early from FERDROM, but at this point, if you looked at it, you wouldn't know anything too crazy is happening. There's a barracks, there's a factory, there's gas. Sure, there's 4 workers on that gas and 2 on that one, but hey. Hey, we all make mistakes sometime, don't we? Don't we, FERDROM? Expansion is here. Nothing is happening at it. There's no mining whatsoever. This is not being upgraded into an orbital command. FERDROM, I think his attention is elsewhere, and a lair is coming up for Auburnfire with a Baneling Nest. And a Roach Warren that is complete. There are roaches on the way. So Auburnfire is going to try to put some pressure on this Terran player, which is a great decision. I like it quite a bit. SCV back here is scouting the presence of a natural base. And I mean, that's good, I guess. I don't know. You really need to keep scouting here, but that's A-okay. I mean, the APM for these guys is like 50. So there's only so much you can do with 50 APM. Really kind of slows down your available options here. Ling tries to scout on up and sees, yes, there are indeed Marines up there and a Widowmine that looks like it got a kill, which is fine. Get in there, run, go scout, and it's going to try to scout. Widowmine kills it. It does scout out the reactor on that factory, though, which should tell him it's likely going to be Hellions. Likely going to be Hellions. Where are those roaches? The roaches are playing defense. Get up here. Pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. You have a lair. Get an Overseer up here. Take out the Widowmine's speed for the Overlords is being researched. That's pretty good. I mean, none of the Overlords are close enough to really scout, but if they have Overlord speed, it shouldn't take them too long to get there. Not too long at all. And there it is. Speed. Just about to complete. Have we started using this yet? Yes, we have started using this natural base so far. And this one as well is a natural base. Income tab. 27 to 25 harvesters. Nobody really has a massive lead right now. But again, a lot of gas here for the Terran. Going double refinery early means there's about 300 gas in the bank. Not sure what that plan is unless it's Banshee, which I would assume if it was a pro or a GM level game. But at this level, double gas, I don't know what it means. That's what's so fun about these games is you just can't tell. You can't tell what people are going to work on based on decisions they make in the early game. Yeah, like there's a starport here. Nothing's coming out of it whatsoever. No tech lab, no reactor. Oh, wait, I'm a liar. It's a reactor, so not going to be Banshee, but could be Liberators. Could be Liberator. If FERDROM knows what he's doing, I would make Liberators if I was him. Queen finally getting rid of this scouting SCV. Can the scouting SCV get home? I think the scouting SCV has to walk past these roaches and will not make it home alive. Oh, that's bad news. Goodbye, SCV, but good scout on the Hydralisk Den, good scout on the double evolution chamber. Auburnfire is not doing too poorly. Auburnfire is spending his money. He's down in overall supply, but that's just fine. He's working on a third base now, which does get scanned by FERDROM. The starport now finishing up on that reactor and making something out of it here. Muscular augments coming up for the Hydra's missile attack level 1 and ground carapace being researched by Auburnfire. 2 Hellions. Again, Hellions inside your main base do pretty much nothing for you. 3 kills on that Widowmine, 1 kill on that one. Widowmines are holding the day right now. It's 2 base to 3 base. I'm not sure if FERDROM is ever going to get up the courage to get out, but if he tried to leave now, he'd be just fine, because there are 2 Lings at the bottom of the ramp and 1 at like a potential 3rd, 4th base that FERDROM could be taking, but you don't really have to worry about those. That is for sure. Is there an engineering bay here? I don't think there is. An armory, though. Interesting. Not sure what that armory will be used for, unless it's going to be for Hellbat transformation. Oh, we're going to make these into Hellbats? That would be good. That would be a good choice as well. All right, so Auburnfire is teching up and upgrading up and has nothing by way of an army. He's got 3 roaches and 3 lings. He is being very risky right now. I mean, that's all. I think all FERDROM would have to do is make these Hellbats, pick them up, drop them, and he could kill pretty much whatever he wanted. Yeah, there's a Spore Crawler there and a Spore Crawler there, but there's a Queen and some roaches. The problem here is that despite the fact that Auburnfire is not making any attacking units, he also is not making workers. He's down 41 to 44 worker count right now. And that army supply is 27 to 43. So FERDROM has a huge lead. Huge lead on the Zerg player. And I just don't understand why. Again, it's the APM, right? It's the APM. I mean, it's currently 100 for the players. So when stuff starts happening, they start making things work. Hey, look, army units. Hydras, good. Excellent news. So Hydra's here with +1/+1. Roach's here with +1/+1. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of Roach Hydra, but hey, Into the Void, anything can work. Anything is possible at Zombocom. A couple Liberators here. A couple Medevacs at the same time getting pumped out of this starport very happily. And making a reactor on that barracks yet. Oh, getting Combat Shield and Stim here at the 8-minute mark. It's a little bit late, but hey, could be worse. Could not get those at all. I mean, and they're so dead important. If you go bio whatsoever, you have to get those upgrades. Have to do it. Double extractor here. Are you making more workers? It's 48 to 50. I mean, not falling really too far behind compared to his opponent, but here comes the drop from FERDROM. Holy smokes. He's got Hellions. He has Widowmines. He has Marines. He has a Liberator. This is actually a pretty scary push from FERDROM. Yes, there are some Hydras and some Roaches. Some Lings in production as well, which is great. Did he scout that? It looks like his Lings saw that drop coming. That's actually impressive if Auburnfire's map awareness was that good. So here we go. The Liberator getting some shots off on those Hydras. Hydras, do not go to your deaths. Don't do it. Is FERDROM just giving up? I was like, what? All right, Ling's getting right on top of everything here, trying to get that surround. Roaches and Hydras murdering stuff as well. Liberator does set up shop, but gets focused down by the Hydras. Everything here gonna die. The Widowmine's getting some shots off, though, but the Terran attack not looking very good whatsoever. The upgrades really paying off for Auburnfire here. A lot of his units low on health, but not dead. You can attribute that directly to that +1 carapace. Excellent, excellent hold by Auburnfire. I love that he target fired down that Liberator. That was brilliant. I don't think many Bronze League players would do that. So maybe this is a silver. I don't actually know. I didn't look at the colors in the early part of the game. Vehicle and ship plating level 1 being upgraded, continuing with that medevac production. That's a lot of medevacs. That's all FERDROM has right now is medevacs, 5 of them, actually. So that seems to be a bit of a problem. Gas income has got to be through the roof for our Zerg friend here, and it's higher. It's about 200 higher than the Terrans. That makes sense. That makes some sense. Third base is under construction by FERDROM. Again, FERDROM has nothing. He's got 2 Widow Mines here. Auburnfire doesn't have much either. I mean, that's the thing about these low-level games, is that macro is very hard. If their macro was good, they wouldn't be in bronze, I believe, is how this works out. More and more Overlords coming. Neither player has really been that supply block from what I can see. In fact, they are both severely not supply blocked, which means there's a lot of extra supply depots around somewhere here. Is that extra supply call down? I think it is. I think that's the extra supply because that's the regular one. He's been using energy on extra supply instead of mules. I mean, there's a reason the pros never ever do that unless it's an emergency, but hey, at this level, do what you want. Auburnfire is getting a Spire, is now getting a Hive. 11-minute Hive and Into the Void is not something you see very much. +1 melee attack and glial reconstitution being researched for Auburnfire as well. And if you had to put your money on this thing, who do you think is going to win? I'm going to have to say, I don't know, it's close. I'm going to think that Auburnfire is going to win this thing. But man, a couple good Widow Mine shots like that, a couple good attacks from Marines really can make a difference when it comes down to it for TVZ. Holy, 22 mutas in production. 22? Wow, 22 might be enough to handle. Well, I don't know about that. That's a big Marine ball. They almost have, well, okay, they're working on +1 attack, but they're not quite there yet. Yes, I mean, the thing about going 22 mutas is it's generally good. But this is the perfect composition to counter 22 Mutalisks, is just Marines with stim, with combat shield, with +1 attack, Widow Mines on the ground in weird places. Okay, not weird places, just at the front door. Front door here as FERDROM takes a 3rd base at the very, very safe place to do so, and gets a planetary fortress. Good decision there from FERDROM. And here it is. And it gets the scan. FERDROM with the perfect scan, seeing exactly the number of mutas in the air. Immediately starts to construct missile turrets. I mean, everywhere at all 3 of his bases. He's making 4, 5 right now at a time. Super worried about mutas. This man has lost to Mutalisks before. You can tell. He has some PTSD. Definitely does. So that's pretty much the production tab for FERDROM right now, is missile turrets, Marines going 4 at a time, +1 infantry weapon still being researched. Auburnfire is working on +3 missile attack and +3 ground carapace right now at 12 minutes. That is great. Some pros can't get that timing down. I mean, they're doing other stuff, right? Holy Banelings. A lot of Banelings morphing in here at the 3rd base of Auburnfire as well. Do they have speed? They do have speed. Alright, so it's a Ling Bling Muta thing for Auburnfire, which again takes a lot of control, but if the Banelings can crash into these Marines that are pushing out from FERDROM's 3rd, I think it's going to be okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the upgrades from Auburnfire, keeping them coming. Now that +3 is going to be done by 14 minutes, which is unheard of. And Into the Void, looking great. Auburnfire income tab 49 to 50. These players are super close right now. I just have this terrible vision for Auburnfire of Widow Mines evaporating all the Banelings and all the mutas in about 3.5 seconds is what I'm imagining here. We'll see. We'll have to see. Splitting up is FERDROM splitting up his Marines at the front door of Auburnfire's 3rd here? He is. Look at the split. I mean, he doesn't have any of his Marines on hotkeys, which seems like an obstacle, but... Oh, no, he does. He does. They're all on hotkey 1. All right, never mind. Some Marines come up and try to kill some creep tumors. They get 1, but oh my gosh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. You have an Overseer. Yes, you can see the Widow Mines. Okay. All right. This is a pretty even matchup, I would say. Anybody could win this thing depending on the control, depending on the Widow Mine hits, depending on the Baneling hits. I mean, a lot of stuff is in question right here. And the music gets epic and sweeping. Roach comes in, Widow Mine shot, that's fine. That is, no, there's more though. Holy crap, everybody comes in. The Banelings crashing on stuff. Widow Mines exploding on everything. Are there enough Banelings to clear these Marines out? I don't think so, clearing a lot of them out. Hydra's being used as well against these Marines. Muta and Hydra versus Marine right outside that base. And the Hydras with their upgrades, +3 carapace, greatly benefiting them. Can they finish off these remaining few Marines? And yes, they can, especially since their medevacs abandoned them and flew all the way back home. So, woo! Like I said, all the mutas died, all the banelings died. Holy crap. That was humongous. Resources lost, 9,800 for Auburnfire, 7,800 for FERDROM. Both players, well, actually, no, FERDROM's on 3 bases, but there is a 4th base up for Auburnfire, and he is mining from it. Still 49 to 50 harvesters. Nobody really wants to take a huge lead on that worker count and get up to 70 or 80, but that's just fine. FERDROM says, if at first you don't succeed, try again, continuing this Widowmine Marine production. Getting +2/+2 for his Marines. Excellent decision. Getting +2 vehicle and ship plating. He really wants these medevacs to be strong, which is fine. And a 4th base coming up for FERDROM. Whoa. Whoa, Nelly. All right, so mass Hydra for Auburnfire right now. No more mutas, no more banelings, just going mass +3/+3 Hydralisk with muscular augments, taking out those Widowmines from a distance. Hey, that's nice. Oh, they took down the Overseer, though. That's not good. And the mutas trying to stand on in. The Hydras, rather, trying to stand on in here, doing a pretty good job of it. Hydras do 15 damage when they're +3, weapon speed 0.54. Woo! That's a hard hit. I mean, Marines do 7 damage, weapon speed 0.61, so Hydras have way higher DPS. Obviously, they're more expensive, and they do cost gas. So that makes sense why Auburnfire is working on 4 Overseers. It feels like I could have won that battle, except I was worried about the Widowmines, so I got to make more Overseers. So just losing 1 doesn't ruin me. 6 drones on the way for Auburnfire should give him the lead over FERDROM here, and it does. About 53 to 50 in favor of the Zerg blue player here. FERDROM's 4th base is just about complete. Should upgrade itself into a planetary fortress just for assistance with those Hydras that managed to come up, because they're going to come back. That's for sure. Auburnfire is mixing in some lings here, which I'm a fan of. Definitely getting 30 lings is fine. Melee attacks. Level 2 being researched by our Zerg. And 2,000 minerals in the bank. 1,400 gas in the bank for Auburnfire. 600 minerals and 3,000 gas sitting there for FERDROM. Hard time spending gas when you're pretty much going Marine Widowmine. I can understand that. Oh, the banelings are back. The banelings are back for Auburnfire, morphing in 30 banelings at this 4th base, which again has the overhang here that tanks and Marines can come harass you from, but it looks like FERDROM has no interest in doing that. It's just Widowmine. It's Widowmine Marine with a planetary fortress at the 4th base. A little bit late, but that's fine. Auburnfire didn't actually come and cause any problems, so no worries there whatsoever. And here comes a medevac, all in its lonesome. FERDROM sending one down diagonally from the top right to the bottom left. Not sure where you're going there, Sonny. Not Sonny, because medevac pilots are females. I guess to suicide. That's unfortunate. Was that a scout? You have an orbital command. I guess you don't have enough energy for a scan there. How about this one? Yes, the natural base does have enough for a scan. All right, so Hydra Baneling here, which we've seen pros do against Protoss, not so much against Terran. And I mean, the Banelings make a ton of sense. Banelings against Marines have been since the first day of Wings of Liberty. Like, that's what you do, is one of the things you do. But I don't know about the Hydras. I'm not sure if they can hang in this situation. +2/+2 has been completed for the Marines. You know what would be great here? It's Ultras. Ultras would be so good here. And going for it. Banelings, yeah, getting sniped down by the Marines from afar. Again, here at the ramp to FERDROM's 3rd base. Trying to splash on in and getting some good hits on the Marines, but the splits for FERDROM are actually kind of nuts. Widowmine shots standing in here and attacking are the Hydralisks. Are all his Overseers gone again? I think his Overseers might be gone again here. Marines on the right side, Planetary Fortress on the left side. Is the DPS on the Hydras enough to take down the PF to overcome the... No, not enough to overcome the repairing of these SCVs. And the Marines coming in from the right side as well. They're going to finish off these Hydras, and the Planetary Fortress does not fall. What a save. What a save by FERDROM. Both players doing a great job holding right here. 18 Hydras on the way for Auburnfire, desperately trying to spend his money. How much? Only has 3 larvae. 3 larvae? Injects are not bad, but here comes FERDROM. Immediate counterattack with medevacs coming towards this 4th base. But guess what? Hydras. Oh, Hydras take out 1 of the 5 medevacs that was full. Hydras are good anti-air, man. And there's the Ultralisk Cavern. Okay, all right. So Auburnfire finally going for Ultras, recognizing if there are going to be Marines and Widowmines, you know it's not very good well, not very good if you're going Marine Widowmine, and that's going to be Ultras. Ultras are fantastic. in that situation. +3/+3 is being researched by FERDROM, so they're going to be very heavily upgraded Marines, but even then, the Ultras are going to have chitinous plating likely. They're going to have +3 attack. It's a difficult kill. Unless you have Ghosts, unless you have Liberators, Marauders can be good too, and tanks if you're a Terran, but even the pros struggle with Ultras, and at this level of StarCraft 2, I feel like they're going to be extra super mega good. Alright, so Ultralisk Cavern pops here at the natural base. There are 6 drones on this final mineral field that has about 400 minerals remaining. We have expired extractors with drones hanging out. So pro tip of the day from Falcon Paladin, there's a little box right up here on the top left of your screen where it shows you how many idle workers you have and allows you to select them and make them do something. So do that. Do that, everybody. I don't care what race you play. I don't care what level you are. Check that out. Oh, maybe Auburnfire figured it out. Looks like he did, as he's sending some workers up to this 5th base at the left side of the map, which again is a standard 5th base to take. Sneaky 5th base for FERDROM, though, on the right bottom side here, not close to any of his other stuff. Maybe hoping that Auburnfire won't notice. Alright, so Banelings with +2 attack doing 43 damage versus light. Widowmines heading out on their own? No, the Marines are following them up there. Okay, so 5 Ultras on the way. Chitinous plating on the way. That's a pretty fast upgrade. Chitinous plating does not take that long. Lings trying to take out the Widowmines, and no, does not happen. Instead, they run wholly on into the meat grinder there. FERDROM taking some shots. 5 Ultras, like I said, going to pop any second now. Chitinous plating is seconds away from completing as well. Trying to split his Widowmines. FERDROM is not bad. Like, the splitting concept alone, I'm pretty impressed with when it comes to FERDROM. It's just macro struggling. I mean, nobody's really come close to maxing out so far. Here are the Ultras at this conjoined area between the 3rd, 4th, and 5th bases of Auburnfire. Ultralisk 8 armor, +2 on the Kaiser Blades, working on +3 melee attack. I mean, these Ultras are about as good as they're going to get. About as good as they're going to get. And usually what it comes down to, if the Ultras aren't good, it's because the Terran player is good at kiting. Good at stimming and stutter stepping and kiting away. And I don't know that FERDROM has really demonstrated that. He can split prior to the battle, but when the battle's on, he pretty much just hangs out and lets the chips fall where they may. So here come the Marines right onto the creep. The Ultras are visible. Run, Marines. Banelings trying to splash on there. Widowmine gets 10 kills. Did he just kill 10 Banelings? He just killed 10 Banelings. Ultras coming in, and there it is. Ultras getting rid of the Widowmines. Some of them are exploding. All the Banelings are gone. A huge problem. The Ultras are actually more injured than I expected them to be. A little bit overstimmed are these Marines. Ultras taking out all the Marines that are trying to just run home, but they're so low on health that Hydra's benefiting greatly from how low on HP these Marines are. Hydra Ultras actually a really good combination. Planetary Fortress here does take down one of the Ultras here at the 4th base, but it does end up falling to the combined might of the Hydras and the Ultralisks. All the Marines are gone. Hydra has taken out Medivacs as well. It's 161 to 46 total supply, and that's it. A capital G out of FERDROM. FERDROM is defeated. Auburnfire is victorious, and the Zerg player gets the win today. Well done to Auburnfire. I mean, a couple of those attacks weren't the greatest, but defended very, very well. I mean, didn't end up losing hardly any workers at all. FERDROM killed 0 workers in that game. 0. And in the end, Auburnfire did have about 50. I'd like to see 60, 65, 70 in a 20-minute game, but you know what? Into the Void, not too shabby. And I'm not sure if Auburnfire kind of stumbled onto this, like if he was wanting to go Baneling Hydra, and then saw the Marines and said, fine, I'll get some Ultras, I guess. The Ultras ending up with 16 kills on that one, 4 kills, 1 kill, 10 kills on that guy too. But Ultra Hydra is actually a pretty potent combination, especially if your Terran player is only going Marine, as it seemed like FERDROM was. So, well done to our Zerg player today. I hope that was as entertaining to you as it was to me. That was fun. That was a fun one to cast. But that's it from me right now. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also support me on Patreon. There's a link in the bottom. You can donate as little as $1 a month to me. That would be very much appreciated. And you get a shout out on my channel. You can also find me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Broken and ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption. and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on, looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars. You're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, and you're running into the void. You go searching into the void. And you're running into the void.